All right. Welcome to the first live stream for I Suck at Budgeting. I almost said the other podcast name because I'm so used to doing live streams for the podcast. And oh yeah, so welcome for those of you that have joined. We're just kind of testing. So if you let me know, I'm kind of monitoring up here. It's looking good. Audio was working just now, so if you just give me an idea of awesome audio works, thank you so much, John. So yeah, we are going to be doing some stuff in YNAB. If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat, and I will respond to them as I get them. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it very, very much. I normally stream, so I have for those that don't know, I have a podcast that I do with a friend of mine, and it's about music, and we do like a live radio show. And one of the cool things about Twitch is Twitch allows you to do that sort of stuff. YouTube is not really too keen on doing that, so it's weird sitting here in silence live streaming like this for me because I'm normally got music going and stuff like that. So so it's kind of strange, but that's what we got going on, and we're gonna hop into YNAB in a little bit. The plan is this. I've got hey, thanks so much for joining. Thanks, Dana Lynn. So here's the plan for tonight. Some of you know that have been following. I've paid off my Jeep, and what I need to do now is I need to figure out what comes next. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, sir? So what I need to do next is I need to figure out how much money I've got to kind of divvy up to other projects. So so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go work in my ugly spreadsheet a little bit and make sure that the numbers in the ugly spreadsheet are accurate. For those that are just joining in, just remember that there is another live stream. It will be a full budget with me next Friday at 8 p.m. So my next paycheck comes in. Spoiler alert, there was a merit increase that happened this week. So my numbers will be a little bit different. So I'll have to figure that out. All the more reason for me to go through my ugly spreadsheet and make sure that my targets are accurate. So let's hop into YNAB really quickly. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my monthly bills, the things that I do for my normal monthly budgets. I'm going to make sure that they are accurate in terms of, yay, Justin, how you doing, sir? So the plan is to go through and make sure that all of my targets inside of all of these things match my ugly spreadsheet. So as you guys are coming into the chat, if you guys have questions, whether they be YNAB related or just me related, feel free to drop them in the chat. Yeah, you haven't seen my ugly spreadsheet. It's so ugly. I have a friend of mine, and we used to have like battles to see who can make the prettiest spreadsheet. This one is so ugly. I have not even, I'm embarrassed to show it sometimes. So here's the ugly spreadsheet. So just to kind of walk through what I've got. So the idea behind this is, my monthly, let me make sure I'm in the right spot here. I am good. So my annual paycheck or annual salary is here, and then I convert it to semi-monthly, and then I do my deductions. I've been going back and forth on whether I want to actually start putting my deductions into YNAB. I think that's going to be the case going forward. So once I get this new paycheck, the live stream next week might be going through my paycheck deductions and going through and setting all of that up. Not sure yet. Might not do that on stream. Might just kind of do that in the back end. And then this is my my IRA contributions. So basically what I did was I said, okay, 5%, 10%, 15%, 25%, took my weekly spending and then converted to monthly and did all this stuff to figure out how much of a buffer I would have if I followed all of this and made that $1,200 extra Jeep payment. Because this is no more, all of these numbers are going to change. So what that means is I should have a cushion right now if I follow all of these numbers of $1,200. However, this no longer exists. So now that changes even more. So I need to go through and make sure like my electric bill is no longer $82. My water bill, I've increased my target. So I need to go through things like that and make sure that that is all accurate. So that's my plan for tonight as I'm testing this. And like I said, if you guys have questions while I'm going along, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will read them, and we'll kind of go from there. So thanks for stopping by again, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna hop right into it. So the idea is I want to try and make this match this as much as I possibly can. So make sure the order is right. So in which case, cell phone is good. Let's get rid of Jeep. And let's get all of this up here and make sure it doesn't screw up any calculations. It doesn't. Good. I honestly built this so long ago, I don't remember how it works. I don't remember where, the formulas are. So this is going to be kind of me figuring this out as well. So cell phone is still $35. Electric is actually going to go up next month. Spoiler alert, there's going to be an energy update next paycheck. So this was back before, so I haven't updated this since the whole energy fiasco of a couple months ago. We've been up to 202 because of the summer months. We're now going to be at 212. Water I've increased to $70. Internet is correct at $71.25. My insurance has gone up to $132.89. $132.89. Now mortgage is a tricky one. So my typical monthly mortgage is $1,309.23. But as I've mentioned in my videos, I do that every 2 weeks, and this month in particular is an extra payment month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add down here that extra mortgage payment. Extra mortgage. Let me make sure I spell it correctly. Extra mortgage payment, and it's 109 something, I think. Where is it? It's this guy right here. 109.10. So that's going to go there. And it looks like that updated. And let's fix the currency there. All right, let's go back to going in order. Oh, I have it already in there. I didn't need to do that. Sweet. All right, get rid of that. Sorry. I didn't realize I put the mortgage extra in there. In fact, while we're doing this, let's move this mortgage extra so that it's there and it makes sense. I've already moved the money that I've collected over the last 6 months into the mortgage category. So there's that. Can I move this over a little bit? Nope, I can't. All right, that's fine. All right. So groceries, which I now call old-fashioned words, $500. Eating out's $400. Gas is $320. Dog food I'm now doing every 2 months. So we need to do this equals divided by 2. So 74.54. I could have just put that in there. Why didn't I do that? Emergency fund, I'm still doing at $282.32. I do need to start doing medication for myself as well, I think. Not that it's a lot. It's like $20 every 3 months or so, or $40 every 3 months, something like that. It really should be in there somewhere. That's under general maintenance. Health. Do I have a target? Let's create a target for health. I need $40. It's going to be a custom. Let's see, I got this in June. I think, which means my next one should be in September. And it's going to repeat every 3 months. Save target. There we go. So what does that come out to monthly? $6.86. Health. $6.86. All right, and that is gonna go. Should have made room for it. Let's stick that over there for a second. And that's going to go there. And let's do that. And that. Is that right? That looks right. Emergency fund, health. Okay, dog medicine. $100 a month is too much. We're going to change that. Do I have a target on my dog medicine? I don't think I do. No, I don't. So this is like 50 plus that is 65. Let's do 75 every 3 months. 75. And it's going to repeat every 3 months. Yep, that looks good. Save target. And that's going to want $25 a month. So let's throw $25 in there. And that looks good. And once again, thank you all so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Of course, so while I'm doing this and looking through things, I decided to do something that I don't normally do. So as an audio guy, I'm going to go big camera. We'll talk a little bit about this. So I do a lot of audio engineering and that sort of thing. And one of the rules that audio engineers have, which goes completely against the cybersecurity side of my job, is you do not ever update software, like operating systems and stuff, because there's so much incompatibility and the software companies take so long to update their software. So I'm actually like 3 versions behind, like major release versions behind on my Mac, because Universal Audio takes forever to come out with their updateds. Isn't that what I have? Did I do that wrong? Hang on, let me hop back into YNAB. Yep, $6.86. Isn't that what I had? That's health. That goes into yep, $6.86. Yep, I did that right. You might have jumped in when I was doing the dog medicine stuff. Dog medicine was 75 divided by 3, which is 25. So anyway, back to the audio story. 3 days ago, I was like, you know what? It's probably about time I update this to whatever the operating system is. And I did. And like my audio gear just stopped working like 15 minutes before the stream. And I had to go through and run through all the updates for the audio stuff. And it finished literally 5 minutes before I went live. So stupid on my part, but that's what I did. And yeah. So all right, let's get back into YNAB. So there we go. Where were we? We just did dog medicine. All right, non-monthly is my category here. And $97.45 for non-monthly. So I'm going to lump all of these into one category, and then my domains I'm going to do the same. Domains is 7710. All right. And then we come to over here. We come to this stuff. So what's going to end up happening, these are going to get snoozed, I believe. Yeah, are these not snoozed yet? We're going to snooze these two for a little while longer. And then I'm going to actually go through and fund this keyboard rather quickly once I get this taken care of. So it's going to be this, then I got $1,000 bill coming in August, I think. Then the keyboard's going to get funded, and then after a little bit of that, I think probably next month we'll start funding this. So we should put in the music and nature camp, which I think I saw was 277 something. Let's unsnooze it. 277.78. So let's go here. Oh, this means I have to figure out a formula. Oh, great. All right, let's go. Oh, can I do this without? I can do this. I can. Good. Let's go reset for you. Okay, so this is music camp. And this number I think is going to change because, no, that's fine. 277, that should be fine. 277.78. Cool. Now the question is, did that change? It did not change. So now I've got to figure out where that goes and fix probably here. Is this a formula? It is. There it is. If I just change that to 27, that should fix that. And then I can make that black again. That should fix that. All right. That looks, oop, I missed a cell. Missed a cell. Okay, cool. All right, that looks right. Sweet. Was I smart enough? Did I do? That? No, I didn't. I was not smart enough. All right, well, that's what we're going to work on building next is, so as this updates, it'll update all of this. So yeah, that's coming along. All right, so what does all this mean? I don't know what it means. It means something. Let's separate these tabs and let's get into this spreadsheet a little bit. And can I zoom in a little bit? Yes, I can. All right. So just to kind of walk you through the way this spreadsheet works. So what it does is it takes the sum of all my monthly bills, totals them here, and then it figures out what 5% is from my gross pay. No, my net pay, which is this number doubled, I think, is how I figured it out. And I'm going to go through and rebuild all of this so that the actual deductions are going to be there once I know what the new deductions are for the new paycheck. What's up, Dr. Brian? How you doing, sir? Welcome. So I'm going to go through and actually list all the deductions. So this spreadsheet's going to get a big overhaul once I figure all of it out. So what this is trying to figure out if I were to invest 5% of my paycheck, what sort of monthly cushion would I have? So currently I'm at 5%. that gives me the 1351 cushion. And that's where I was getting that $1,200 for my extra Jeep payment. And then if I were to bump it up to 10%, it would give me a $955 cushion. 15% gives me $560. You get the idea. All of that's going to change once this number changes, and that number will change and be reflected in the next paycheck. So that is how that goes. So yeah, I think I'd like to do one more real quick look and make sure that I've got these in order and looking right. So let's scroll to the top one more time. So we have cell phone at $35. Electric, I haven't updated this yet. Edit target. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Brian. I think so. I ended up paying it off before Justin did. But Justin, he mentioned today in his video that he should have it paid off. I think August 1st is when he sends his paycheck in, his next check in to pay off his car. So I beat him by a couple days. So this is 212. That fixed that. Good. So 212. $70, $71.25, $132.89, $1309.23, extra mortgage payment of $109.11. Old fashioned word. This is another weird one because August is a 5-weekend month. So I'm not going to worry about those 5-weekend months. I think we're just going to kind of let them ride. And just call them anomalies, and we'll adjust accordingly if needed. So we'll keep that at 500. Eating out will be 400. Yep. Gas is normally 320. Yep, that's right. Dog food is 74.54. I should probably let's move this over here for a second so we can get, let's see, gas. Oh no, dog food is dog food right? Wait, hang on. Yeah, dog food is right. Sorry. Dog food is going to go back there. It's emergency fund. We need to move out of the way. So we can move dog medicine to there. And then it should be that there, then this goes there. Okay. Sorry, I've got this in two spots, so I'm looking up here where the actual thing is, and all right. So we have emergency fund next, which is hidden here, I think, right? Yeah, emergency fund there. I know it says 270.76, but I actually put 282.30 in there, and I'm too lazy to change that number. So there's that. 282.30, health and medication. That's in general maintenance. Yep, that's good there at $6.86. My non-monthly group is, I always look at the wrong place the first time. And I have that selected. Get rid of that. I have something else selected. Hang on. What else is selected? Oh, my friend Electric. All right. Non-monthly is $72.45. Why do I have $97.45? Was I just dumb? Probably. $72.45 there. Domains. I probably had something else selected when I did it the first time. Do that all the time. This one's wrong too. and it's off by the same amount. So I must have had something else selected. So 5210. All right. And then the music camp. It's going to be 312. I thought that was what the case. All right, 312.50. Now that should be right. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. Let's hop back into YNAB. Ooh, we have a transaction. Let's do a transaction live. What is it? Oh, Jimmy John's. I had dinner last night at Jimmy John's. We can approve that. And go back to there. We can open up this now. There we go. I'm happy with where this is. Do you have money in your health category in YNAB? That's a really good question. So as of right now, the answer is no. So let me explain my health category and explain what's about to happen. So right now I keep my emergency sync. So I have an emergency fund, which is this account over here. It is a savings account at my bank. It is not a high yield savings account, but it is an interest accruing account. It's not a lot, but it earns something. What I have done so far is I have dumped just money into my emergency fund. Earlier in the month, I decided I was going to start breaking all of this out and start to have, room for my dogs, and then room for my car, and then home maintenance and health and wellness. So I am going to start doing that. I'm not sure if I'm going to start divvying this up or start going into doing all of this stuff individually. I haven't decided that yet. What I have decided, let's go big webcam for a second. What I have decided is starting next year, once 2026 hits, I am going to start with a health savings account at work. So I have a couple procedures that I have coming up. For those that do not know, I had open heart surgery when I was 4 years old, and I am supposed to be getting echocardiograms and CT scans every year. I have been super bad about doing that. I have not had one in about 2 years. I'm going for my echo and my CT scan on Friday, August 1st. Cost is about $1,100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a health savings account to start saving for that throughout the year. That way it's not $1,100 in one chunk. I'll have the money. So in that case, what I'm going to do is, part of the reason for wanting to break up my deductions inside of YNAB is that I can then use those deductions and fund this account here to get up to the $1,000 that I want initially. It's probably going to be more like $1,500. So this will be funded by coming out of my paycheck as a paycheck deduction. But as of right now, I have just a lump sum in my emergency fund that I use for things that I can't pay out of pocket for, or whatever that I deem emergency. So a couple months ago, I had to take my dog to the vet. It was an emergency thing. She was in pain. I had to go take her. That came out of my emergency fund. So things like that. So I hope that answers the question. So currently there's nothing in the health and wellness, but there will be coming soon. So that answers that, I hope. If not, let me know if you need me to clarify any more. That is the plan, though, going forward, is to health savings account it. I honestly, I was going to do it this year and regret not doing it. I wish I had done it, because I would have this ready to go and paid off. So there's that. Any other questions? This is fun. The no music thing drives me nuts. I wish there was something playing. I think your calculation on your health goal is wrong. Which one? So I've got a couple health ones. So this is the health and wellness. So this health category is in my checking account. This one is inside of my emergency fund. So this was spent from my checking account. So this did not come from my emergency fund. This I budgeted out of my regular paycheck. So typically what would happen is when I put money in here, I do a transfer both in YNAB and in on the bank account side, in general maintenance. Yeah. So this general maintenance here does come directly from my paycheck. It was never ever in my emergency fund. I assigned this from my paycheck. So it is right as far as I know. If I did pull it here, there would have had to be a transfer, and yes. What you added to the spreadsheet. Let me take a look. Spreadsheet. So this health. So this health right here, I should probably change this. This is going to be medication. Well, it's called health in there. Let's keep it as health. So this is for this will come out of my paycheck as well. This will not be part of the health savings account. It will not be part of the it will not be part of the emergency fund at all. This I'm going to put in directly from a paycheck, $6.86, pulls out of my paycheck to that category. Sorry, I'm in the way. You can't see. So that's what this is. This is not going to fund the emergency fund. This is for medication. This will be for doctor visits and things like that. So what would happen is if I did need something in here from my emergency fund, I would transfer it out of here into this health and then spend it from there. $40 every 3 months is $13.33. You're right. It is. Why? How did I get $6.86? All right. Everyone needs to clip this because so many people tell me I'm so good at budgeting. Maybe the problem is I'm bad at math. Maybe that's the problem. All right. Where did I get $6.86 from? Oh, you know what it was? I pulled it from July because I set the target in July. And yeah, that's what it is. Because I see what it's doing. Got it. Yep. You're right. Sorry. You are absolutely correct. I misunderstood what you were saying. Let's fix that right now. $13.33. Boom. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. See, this is why I wanted to do a live stream. So I do stupid stuff. People can be like, yo, stupid, fix that. That's awesome. Thank you very, very much, Dana. I really appreciate that. Very, 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 very thankful for that. All right. What other mistakes did I make? Because if there's only one, that we know there's more. There's got to be more than just that one. Yep, exactly. The activity threw me off. Yep. Thank you so much for pointing it out. Okay. All right. Stupid is good content. You're right, it is. Oh, goodness. All right. Any other questions? Any other comments? Do any of you just sit there and stare at YNAB because it looks pretty? Thank you, Dana. Just going through. Everything looks good. It's weird not seeing the Jeep up here anymore. So while I've got you all in the chat, here's a question for the chat. Because I'm thinking about doing. Oh, thank you. This is one of my favorites. I've got 20 other ones in the other room. So because I'm thinking about doing the paycheck deductions inside of YNAB and tracking that, for those that are in the chat, I have other big purchases to celebrate paying off the Jeep. So I agree, Thomas. A good YNAB budget is very, very nice. So for those of you that do your do any of you do your paycheck deductions inside of YNAB? And if you do you find it beneficial? I can't think of any reason for it to be beneficial for me, because I don't really look at my reflect tab all that often, which I know I should. But I think because I'm going to do that health savings account, I think that's going to be a big sell for tracking the deductions, because it'll be easier to get that money into YNAB without doing bizarre transactions and things. Seems like too much work. See, that's what a lot of people say too. And I'm kind of contemplating starting a fresh, like a duplicate budget, and doing them side by side to see how I like it. That way, I don't destroy my regular budget. Track it in your calendar, but not in YNAB. Okay, that's a good idea. Interesting. Okay. I can always go back. I mean, it's not like it's, that's the cool thing about YNAB is, nothing is set in stone. You can just kind of undo and go back to the way it was. But I am thinking about making a second budget, a duplicate copy, just to track it for a month or two, just to see how it would work. And I think the other reason I want to do it, he laid down again. Next time he pops up. That was Lewis. And then Gemma's over here sleeping as well. What was I going to say about? Oh, the other reason I thought about doing these paycheck deductions is, so much of what I've done financially in my life, I've been completely oblivious to so much. Like, I don't know what my paycheck deductions are really. I don't know what they go to. I have no idea what they are. Don't know the amounts. No clue. So I think part of it for me is understanding what they are. And I know I could just look at the bill, it's like, but like here's an example. A couple months ago, like my internet bill went up by $30-$40. Like, I had no idea, because I don't read my bill. And apparently in the bill prior, they said, oh, by the way, your bill is going up next month. If you want us to reduce it, contact us right away. If not, you're in trouble. I don't read my bill because it's the same all the time. I thought I was out of the promotion already. And I just went, whatever, So I'm trying to be more aware of that sort of stuff. And I thought that by doing these deductions and seeing those numbers, I would, it would be a better way to kind of know what they are, and I'd feel better about it. I don't know. Like I said, it might not stick. There, so much of this stuff doesn't stick, and I find stuff to do. Oh, goodness. Come Hey, Jem. Come here, girly. All right, so this white guy is Lewis. Can you pick up your head, Jemmy? And this little guy over here, that's Gemma. So Gemma is a greyhound. She's a retired racing greyhound. She's originally from Florida. I got her. In fact, is today? Today is actually her adoption date. I got her. Let's see, you were 7 or 8 years ago. And then Lewis, I've had his whole life. He was 9 weeks old when I got him. They are both now 9 years old. So, strangely enough, their birth dates are a week apart. So, those are the two doggos. Sure, we're not dropping frames. We have not dropped any frames. Yeah, this is looking good. I think this is pretty stable. For those that are still in the chat, audio sounding good still. Just want to make sure that everything is still on the up and up. It looks good, except this computer is the one that I killed the video card on. It looks all right. Add them to the YNAB dog family. Yep. All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I think this was a good test. So we will be doing a full budget with me session next week, Friday, this same time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you all so much for stopping by and taking part in the test and correcting my mistakes. Dana, thank you so much for correcting that one for me. I really appreciate it. And that's it. Thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you all next Friday, 8 p.m. right here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified when I do go live, because I might go live but not tell anyone. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell notification, and we'll see you next time.